What's up, everybody? You're tuning in to BottomLineSports.net, serving up deeper insight on everything sports. Even if you're on the West Coast, there's a chance that some of the fireworks you heard yesterday on the 4th of July came from Los Angeles after the Lakers got two-time MVP point guard Steve Nash. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about this surprising move, discuss why it happened, how the big move will impact the Lakers' chances at another NBA title, and plenty more. Now, Nash said just a month ago in an interview with ESPN New York that he couldn't see himself in a Laker uniform. Well, as of Wednesday night, he will be in a Laker uniform, although he'll have to figure out what number he'll wear because his number 13 once belonged to Wilt Chamberlain, and that's retired in the Laker rafters. Nonetheless, Nash's agent Billy Duffy said Nash and the Lakers have agreed on a 3-year, $27 million contract. LA is giving Phoenix 2 future first-round picks, 2 second-rounders, and $3 million in cash. The deal can't officially be signed until July 11th. Nash says a main reason he went to the Lakers was to be close to his children. Nash is divorced with 2 daughters and a son. It definitely had nothing to do with money because the Toronto Raptors of his native Canada offered him $36 million over 3 years. So I do believe that a main reason that Nash went to the Lakers was to be closer to his children because it only put him an hour away from them. But you can't tell me that this has nothing to do with winning his first ring. The Raptors weren't the only team after him. It was the Raptors, Knicks, and Mavericks. Nash has not only played for the Mavs before, but he's also very close friends with Dirk Nowitzki and Shawn Marion. Plus, Dallas geographically was a good option. Not a better geographical option than LA because, again, he'll only be an hour away from his kids. He said he'll be able to see them about 3 or 4 times a month instead of 3 or 4 times a season. And even Nash couldn't pass on that. But forgive me if I sound insensitive, but I think an NBA title was just as big a reason why Nash went to the Lakers. And there's 2 reasons why I believe that. Number 1, think about it. Who do you think would be better at recruiting Nash? His former teammates out in Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki and Shawn Marion, or one of his fiercest rivals throughout his career with the Suns, Kobe Bryant? You figure that would almost be like asking who would be better at recruiting Tim Tebow, Skip Bayless, or Merrill Hodge. But what do you know? Kobe calls him on the phone, and he's the one who persuades Nash to come to LA. I'm going to talk about that phone conversation in just a second. But the second reason is Nash signed a 3-year deal with the Lakers. By the time those 3 years are done, he'll be 41 years old, and I highly doubt he'll still be playing in the NBA. We're talking about a guy who said that he briefly contemplated retirement at the end of last season. I want to reiterate that I do believe the kids were a main reason Nash decided to go to LA, but I don't think these 2 players put their past behind them just for the sake of doing it. And I don't think Nash is putting on the purple and gold and bypassing retirement and the opportunity to spend all the time that he wanted with his 3 children unless it was for a real good reason. I've always believed that rare things happen for rare reasons. Now back to that phone conversation between Kobe and Nash. Supposedly, Nash was the one who called Kobe. Here's what Nash said about their convo. Quote, "For me, it was important to speak to him and make sure he was completely on board and that he could kind of visualize this as being a good fit and being excited about it. So I spoke to him. Kobe, he was great. He was excited and explained to me how he thought it would help and why he thought it would be great. And I think a lot of the reasons he had were ones I could already envision before speaking to him." End quote. Now let's talk about the impact that Nash will have on the Lakers and their chances of winning a 17th NBA title and matching the Celtics for the most all time. First of all, I'm really getting tired of the people out there who keep pointing out that players are old. Yes, Kevin Garnett is old, but does he play like it? No. He still dominates most power forwards in the game, most of which are younger than him. Yes, Ray Allen, Jesus Shuttlesworth is old, but does he play like it? No. He still runs circles around most of the defenders that try to keep up with him. Is Kobe Bryant old? Yes, but does he play like it? No. He almost led the NBA in scoring after 16 years in the NBA, second only in points per game to Kevin Durant. Is Steve Nash old? Yes, but has anyone watched this guy's workouts? He's 38, but he's in better shape than a lot of guys in their mid-20s, I can tell you that. People need to start respecting the work ethic of some of these pro athletes. Yeah, there's been advancements in technology, but that's only a small part of it. There's also been advancements in our understanding of the human body that's led to better exercise routines, better diets, etc. The Lakers weren't the only title contender after Nash, and the Heat and Clippers are both fighting for Ray Allen as we speak. Stop disrespecting these guys. Just because Nash is older doesn't mean he's not capable of outperforming any point guard in the NBA on any one single night. And LA doesn't need the Nash from 6 or 7 years ago, anyways. Just like Nash is going to take pressure off of Kobe and not make him feel like he's got to play like that Kobe that sank the game winner over Nash's Suns back in 2006, actually. Kobe and the rest of the championship core of the Lakers, in turn, will take pressure off of Nash and not make him feel like he's got to play like the Nash that won back to back MVPs in 2005 and 2006. By the way, it's not like Nash hasn't been playing at a high level since then. Nash led the NBA in assists just before last season when he averaged 11.4 assists per game and has more total assists than any point guard has the last 3 years. Just last year, he matched his career high in field goal percentage, shooting 53.2% from the field. This is a guy that has accomplished some unbelievable things in his career. He led the NBA in assists in 5 years. He's the second best free throw shooter in NBA history, making 90.4% of those. He's the 8th best three-point shooter in history, shooting at 42.9%. This guy is a phenomenal player. Don't forget that just because the Suns suck now or because there's a lot of other good point guards in the NBA. Let's get into how Nash will help the Lakers schematically. First off, it's well documented that Coach Mike Brown is not an offensive-minded guy. He's made his mark on the defensive end of the court. With that considered, I'm confident that Nash will have a strong say in what offensive sets LA will implement and what plays will be called on the fly. The Lakers have a true engine to their offense now, and I say that because the Lakers finally have a point guard that will promote more ball movement and put players in better spots on the floor. Before, LA's offense was fully dependent on two things. Number one, Kobe's ability to create shots or draw the double and dish. Two, whether Gasol or Bynum could do anything in the post, and if not, they dish. With Nash, the Lakers gain many dimensions to their offense that they haven't had. Nash can run the pick and roll with Gasol, which Gasol can really thrive in, being the great mid-range shooter that he is. Kobe finally has a player that can effectively drive and dish to him for open shots all over the court instead of having to create all his shots by himself while sometimes being double-teamed. Every player on the court will become an offensive threat for the Lakers with Nash's ability to get them the ball at the right time. The beauty of this is Nash and Kobe can create the offense for the team. If the defense is giving all its attention to one, the other can create in their own unique way. This is another reason why I say the Lakers have so many dimensions to their offense now. You can't overlook the fact that Nash is one of the best distributors of all time. Kobe's one of the best one-on-one scorers of all time, and the team also has two big men down low. Once LA gets enough time to figure things out, it should have limitless options as to where the offense can be initiated from. Kobe also told Nash that he felt their leadership styles will complement each other over the phone when they had that conversation, and I agree. Kobe described himself over the phone as the leader who, quote, cracks the whip, while Nash is more about positive reinforcement. It'll be interesting to see how that develops in their 3 years together, assuming Nash retires after 3 years. The other thing that first crossed my mind when this deal went down was the Lakers not only get a great distributor, a great shooter, and a great leader, but they also get a second guy who the Lakers can trust with the ball in his hands at the end of games. Nash is a great ball handler who is unlikely to commit turnovers at the end of games, and there's really no better free throw shooter in the game right now. So having Nash and Kobe in the backcourt gives the Lakers two guys who you can really trust at the end of games. Now, there's still speculation that the Lakers could land Dwight Howard. Getting a great point guard in Nash may be the deal breaker or deal maker, I guess, in getting Howard to come to the Lakers. Personally, I think the Lakers need Dwight Howard to be a true title contender. And I say that because Bynum hasn't shown a willingness to consistently make an impact on defense and on the boards. His willingness to shoot threes against Mike Brown's wishes is a perfect indication that he cares more about expanding his offensive game instead of his defensive game. And that's not what the Lakers need, because look at the two best teams in the NBA right now, the Heat and the Thunder. Both of those teams are the best in the league at doing what? Taking it to the hole. Dwight Howard would be the difference maker for LA because they'll definitely have to beat OKC if they're going to make the finals, and I'm guessing they'll play the Heat if they make it there. Howard's ability to block shots and alter shots is a bigger priority for the Lakers than generating more offense. They have to get deeper too. A deeper bench and Dwight Howard's defense are the two missing pieces that the Lakers need to take them to the top. The bottom line is, The Lakers definitely improved on Ramon Sessions at point guard. We can all agree on that. And the Lakers feel fairly confident after arguably giving up a couple games to the Thunder last year in those playoffs. For those doubting that the Nash pickup will work, you're not crazy for thinking that. Kobe did just join forces with a rival. After all, Nash spent years trying to get past the Lakers and Spurs in the West and fell short many times. But this isn't the first time Kobe has joined forces with players that hate him. Meta World Peace and Matt Barnes, those two guys definitely weren't very fond of Kobe either. The more important thing to consider is that in Nash, Kobe is joining forces with a player who's starving for his first NBA title the same way he's been starving for number 6. Thanks for tuning in to BottomLineSports.net with me, Talal Masri. Make sure to visit the new Facebook wall for Bottom Line Sports. You can subscribe to all my podcasts in iTunes, and you can also find me on Twitter at TSunSports. Please make sure to make your voice heard and leave a comment. That's it for today. I'm out.